So to all the Patreon members, I want to thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot to me. Want to thank all the subscribers, all the new viewers. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Let's get into it. So I'm going to tell you off top, I'm not too informed as to what's been going on with this guy. I do know that some of the stuff I've been seeing on social media, some of the things that have been shared, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on it. Somebody asked me to talk about it. Cool. So this guy right here on the screen, if you can see, his name is Baltasar Engonga Ovomo. Hopefully I'm saying that right. 54 years old. He's a public official currently serving as the head of the National Agency for Financial Investigation, ANIF. His role involves managing financial regulations focused on preventing financial crimes such as money laundering and corruption in compliance with both national and international financial standards. From what I've read and seen, questions, answers say that dude is a legend. I watch all his leaks. You watch all of them? There's 400 videos. How do you have that much time to watch 400 videos of him goosing? And for those that don't know, you know, goosing is like a San Antonio term. For those that I'm from San Antonio. Smashing, you know how like smashing is kind of an old term now in the public, but I don't know when it was introduced in the public. But as a kid, when I was growing up in San Antonio in the 90s, we always said smashing. We thought that was our word. So maybe in other parts of the country people were saying that, but I do know nobody else was saying goosing. Goosing means smashing. That's an old San Antonio term. There's a lot of slang that comes out of my city, but you know, that's for another day. All right. So goosing just means smashing, and I put that in the caption title. Salute the Philly rent-free gang in the building. He's the real. I'm Tyrone. I'm here to F your wife. Yes. All right, let me slow walk this because I'm not too informed about this guy. But basically an official for Equatorial Guinea. I hung out with a bunch of Guineas when I was in Thailand in the gym district by Lumpini Park. Hung out with a couple brothers that was, you know, buying diamonds, gems, rubies, citrine, you name it, emeralds, and bringing them back to Thailand, busting them down, you know, cutting them up, and then selling it to the East Indians. So I knew a lot of Guineas. But after a while, I stopped hanging out with them because I couldn't take them seriously. All right, I'm talking about the ones in Thailand. I'm not talking about Guineas altogether, just the ones I met in Thailand in the gym district. All right. So this guy was an official, and I heard that he was being investigated for corruption. So a guy who was placed in charge looking after financial investigations and corruption, he was corrupted. You hear a lot of elected officials in Africa corrupt. And you know what, to be honest, anybody who's in a position of politics or power around the globe have all been, you know, accused of being corrupted. So what am I to say, you know, anything about that? But I heard he was being investigated for corruption, and then they found a bunch of videotapes of him bending over women, especially their wives and everything like that. I actually got a picture, right? Like I actually got like a screenshot photo. Oh, this is too small. I'll blow it up. All right. So this was a screenshot from one of the the videos. So obviously this wasn't sex tapes where these women were being recorded and they weren't aware that they were being recorded. It wasn't to their knowledge that they were being recorded. No, they were looking dead into the camera. This was like Booty Talk 45 Africa edition. They looking dead in the camera. He with West African Meg Thee Stallion, and he bending it over right there. All right. So it seemed like these women were very comfortable. This wasn't the first meetup. Like it's kind of like this is what we do. Right. This is our thing. So let's read the article and then I'm going to give my 2 cents. There were several actions taken by the officials to curb the viral spread of the sex tapes involving Baltasar Engonga, who was related to the country's long-serving president. But still, the video caught the attention of trollers, including Nigerian singer Davido and Francis, yada, yada, yada. The married head of the national NFIAC was recorded with various partners, including wives of prominent officials, with some encounters occurring in his financial ministry office. So he was banging women at their homes, in his office, right? And these women, they weren't married to anybody in like a struggling village. They weren't married to anybody who was living below the poverty line. These women that he was messing around with, they were other like elected officials' wives, wealthy businessmen wives. Like I got a videotape of one woman being confronted by her husband who had just came back from Dubai, right? He was on a business trip, and then he showed her the videotape, and then she started crying, as most women do, to try to get out of a situation. That's another way of not taking accountability, is denial and crying. When a woman starts crying, that's her way of getting out of a situation and not taking accountabilities, because they're crying so much that, oh, I can't speak because I can't stop crying. Your dumb ass. All right. The footage emerged on social networks whilst Engonga was detained in this prison right here for misappropriating public funds. Through a decree issued Wednesday evening, President Teodoro, I cannot say that name, was governed since 1979, terminated Engonga. Right? State broadcaster aired grievances from one of his partners, her identity concealed, questioning the origin and retention of these recordings without her permission. Hey, according to that other photo, it seemed like he had all the permission. She acknowledged consenting to the filming, but believed the footage had been immediately erased afterwards, expressing feelings of degradation. No, you just got caught. You got caught. It wasn't that it wasn't your permission. And it's like, okay, I did give him permission to record, but he said he was going to delete it right after. No, you're upset and now you're lying because you got caught. Because this right here, if all the sex tapes, where's my photo? Where's my photo? We in Africa today. Where is my photo? Woman. You stupid bitch. I got your permission to bend you over my desk. If all of his videos were like this, no, he got permission. All right, he got permission. He got permission, all right. You just saying he didn't get permission because you got caught. All right. Where's my article? I want to keep reading. Following the footage's circulation, authorities instructed telecommunications officials, regulators, and phone companies to limit the distribution. Okay, whatever. The matter received mention during a Kenyan parliamentary known as Bello for his appearance. Oh, okay. So they're not talking about anything. Look here. This man, now you got reports now that he is that his wife got sex tapes or her getting bent over, her getting goose, right? You got some old freak down here looking like King AK-447, voice of the streets, plowing his wife, right? You know, she biting the pillow, banging her head up against the headboard, right? Busting out, and both of them, They got like 6 or 7 kids together. All right. So while he's calling up other elected officials' wives, talking about, hello, yeah, where is your husband? He left. He is gone. Okay, I come over. While he going out, this dude coming through the back door. So while he leave, hey, woman, I am going to work. When I come back home, you better have this sheet cleaned up. All right, all the dishes, the food, it needs to be prepared and wrapped in aluminum foil. You better have this sheet cleaned up and food cooked when I come back home. Okay? Okay, so while he going out the back door, King AK-47, he going out the front door, King AK-47 coming out the back door. When he drive off, this is what you hear. This is what you hear inside his home when he leaves.
Oh, God! Oh!
Yeah, this is what you hear. All right? He think he being slick. Hey, I got called into work, okay? I know my day off is Saturday and Sunday. Sunday is the day of, the Lord's Day. We supposed to go to church together, but I have an emergency phone call. I have to go to work, okay? When I come back home, you better have this sheet cleaned up, okay? Once again, you better have this sheet cleaned up, all the dishes clean, food cooked, prepared, covered in aluminum foil when I come back home. The bed sheets need to be cleaned and put back on the bed. I go to work right now. See you later. He go out the front door. She come through the back door. This is what you hear.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Come get it. Come get it. Oh,
Yeah, he pumping, pumping and dumping his wife. His wife getting pumped and dumped. All right. So, with all due seriousness, this is what I think is going on. Because a lot of people are making a big deal about this and his corruption. I just think that both of them are freaks and they into that. I just think that's their thing. I think they have an open marriage, nothing more, nothing less. That's just what they do. All right. She's the baby maker, she's taken care of. Hair is pressed, right? He got him a light skin thing, hair pressed, right? She know what he's up to, but she doing her thing also. I just think that's what they do together, right? It turned them on knowing that, this is happening to her and he's out there bending another woman. Some people get off on that. All right. I don't get off on that. But I've there was one time like I didn't like my ex-wife. I didn't give it to her for like about a week, 2 weeks or whatever. And I was looking for something that I misplaced. I think it was like a piece of document that I needed, some paperwork that I needed. And I opened up the drawer and I saw her toy because I ain't gave it to her in a minute. I'm like, oh, okay. It was purple. I said, oh, okay. All right. I know this toy ain't better than me. So for about 2 weeks straight, I gave it to her hard. I took her to not Pound Town. I took her to the country of Pound, right? I took her to the capital of Pound Town. You know what I'm saying? I took her to the district, the business district of Pound Town. That's what I did for 2 weeks straight. Very rough. And she was satisfied after that. Some people get off knowing that stuff like that I an example I just gave, or this. See, I don't like my significant other dealing with somebody else, right? But I guess at the time, my ex-wife, like her not getting it for me or not feeling satisfied or it's like, damn, I want something from him, but you know, maybe he's busy, his mind is in another place right now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of handle it myself. I respect that she didn't go out elsewhere, but that turned me on. Like, hey, I know this toy ain't better than me. You know, let me remind her who the fuck I am. That's what I did, right? So, but this situation right here, I just think it's two freaks married to each other. That's what they got going on over in Guinea. They probably passed each other's wives, and I don't think everybody's in on it, right? Everybody's not in on it because apparently, you know, some people are upset, as they should. Some people are upset. I got video footage now. This ain't in English. All right. This in, I think it's francophone. I think oh, I got video, but it's not. Why isn't it? Okay. Is this it? No, that ain't it. Okay. Oh, here we go. I think they speak in French. So listen to this.
Comment tu vois ça me dit maintenant?
Non, je suis venu pour une urgence. J'ai même seulement forcé pour avoir une
And
urgence.
you can hear him, Baltasar Engonga, like you can hear him say his name amongst the gibberish. So hold on.
Nous sommes mariés depuis combien d'années, Yakamba?
Ok. 6 ans.
6 ans.
So this was a video of a guy who had just came back from Dubai for a business trip, and then he found out about, you know, his wife was one of the ones allegedly in the sex tape videos. I think, right? That's what they're promoting this video to be, but you know, it might be fake. I don't know, but this is what they're saying.
Comment tu vois ça me dit maintenant?
Non, je suis venu pour une urgence. J'ai même seulement forcé pour avoir une place dans l'avion. Nous sommes mariés depuis combien d'années, Yakamba?
Ok. 6 ans.
6 ans. On a combien d'enfants?
3.
Je te dois quelque chose.
Comment tu me poses les...
Ouais, je te dois quelque chose.
Non.
Je t'ai épousé, non. Je t'ai doté, non.
Oui.
Tout ton village m'a dit, même le quartier, non. C'est toi qui dirige Tams Baby à mort. C'est toi qui dirige Lisette Fashion, Jeanne Fashion, Exotique Ilichi. Tu as combien de voitures au parking?
Il y a quoi?
Ok.
C'est un problème.
Prends. Arrête! Tiens, non?
I think he showed her a screenshot.
Enlève bien tes lunettes avant de voir la vidéo là. Retire, ne fais pas le semblant avec moi. Regarde la vidéo. Tu te vois, non? Hein?
See, fellas, you need to understand this is what women do when they don't want to take accountability, right? A lot of them, like if they can't argue their way out of it or weasel their way out of it, they're gonna start crying and not talk.
C'est-à-dire que je suis comme ça.
They think you got a soft spot in your heart for a woman that's crying.
Tu vois, en plein salle de travail, en train de vouloir crâner. Mes amis me disent que viens voir la liste de vidéos de Baltasar. Akamba. Je ne peux pas imaginer que tu connais ce gars, même dans mes rêves les plus fous.
Uh-oh.
Donc, tu casses ton vidéo, tu as fait quoi? Et tu lui dis qu'il te fait l'oreille. Ce que tu m'as jamais dit à moi. Hein, Faka? Tu veux m'expliquer quoi? Excuse-moi. Excuse-moi.
C'est comme s'il utilise le remède.
Il utilise le remède. Quand je pense que samedi le 9, on sera à Yaoundé devant M. Nana Emmanuel pour son intronisation. Le chef supérieur Gwenkam sera là. Les Antoine de demande communication. Tu vas les dire quoi? Tu vas les dire quoi, Kamba? Lève-toi doucement du sort.
Okay, so I don't know where he's confronting her. I don't know if this is their home or their office, but this is the face of a woman who had a man who wasn't like, she wasn't going 50-50 with him. This man was taking care of all the bills. It don't matter if you taking care of all the bills and you the man and you know you get some of the things that your wife wants and needs. All right. When Baltasar comes through, where's your husband? It's a call to action. It ain't got nothing to do with him being one of the top officials, you know, in the country's, you know, political system. right? Because that dude, he wasn't even, he wasn't like he was the prime minister or the president of that country. No, right? But I'm pretty sure they're familiar with who he is. And this is what he got going on. You know, it's not like fornication under the consent of the king. Like, hey, I'm the king, and if I say I want to fuck your wife, you know, that's just what we gonna do. Nah, they can't reject his advances. That's just what he on. And you doing all this behind, you know, his back, and you got a man who's, you know, made himself the top 1% in the country, taking care of all your bills, your expenses. You know, them bought that dry ass, that dry ass horsetail that's on your head. It's like, you know, your wife could still step out on you. Now, I don't know what their laws are, right? I'm pretty sure it doesn't really favor women for stepping out of their
Je ne
marriage.
peux pas imaginer que tu connais ce gars, même dans mes rêves les plus fous. Donc, sur 400 vidéos, tu as fait 3, toi seul. Et tu lui dis qu'il te croque l'oreille. Ce que tu m'as jamais dit à moi. Hein, Fata, je te fais quoi? Tu veux m'expliquer quoi? Oui, explique-moi.
Explique-moi. Ce qui s'est passé, c'est comme s'il utilisait le remède.
Il utilisait le remède. Quand je pense que samedi le 9, on sera à Yaoundé devant M. Nana Emmanuel pour son intronisation. Le chef supérieur Nkwenkam sera là. Les Antoine de me demande communication. Tu vas lui dire quoi? Tu vas lui dire quoi, Kamba?
Can anybody translate what he's saying?
Ne faisons pas de bruit.
Comment?
So, on va se séparer doucement. Je ne vis pas avec le taxi Bruce ou le taxi course. Tu es Yango. So,
I got a friend from Cameroon. He speaks French, so he can I gotta send it to him. Like, man, tell me what he's saying. All right. So let me read some of y'all's comments. I archived this story earlier this week. Hopefully they make a documentary to study from. I don't know what's there to study. You know, he's like, he the P. Diddy of Guinea. All right. And he got a wife who I feel like they in on it together. They probably got tapes together. Now it's like a big deal. Well, I mean, she doing the same thing. Now, if she's getting right, either this was get back, and you know, he's just like, hey man, you know what your husband about, you know, why don't you call me over? I'm comfortable fucking on camera, right? Either this was get back or this is just what they do. But the ones who gotta suffer the most is their children. All right. They do have wait. I want to find a big enough photo. I want to find a big enough. Okay, here we go. This is who suffers the most, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, right? I hate to just show the kids out there, but I mean, you can Google them. You know, you type in, you Google Baltasar's family, and you know they're taking pictures with their children. They suffer the most. Your family. So I mean, he brought this upon himself. You know, being married and being faithful in your marriage, it keeps you out of harm's way, right? All these sexual allegations that people being accused of, you know, when you're solid in your marriage, you're faithful, can't nobody accuse you of sexual nothing, right? Which most of these accusations, not him, but in our neck of the world, are lies, right? For the most part, some of them are, most of them are, some of them aren't, right? I think there's validity to some of the accusations you're seeing and hearing over here in the West. But with this situation right here, I don't know. It seems like either they're both into that. This was get back for her doing this. And that's very petty because you got a family. You know, I think she should have taken the high road. I don't think she was recorded unbeknownst to her, she was recorded. No, I think she was in on it. And or hey, maybe it's just a thing that both of them do. That's just their get down. Right. And if that's their get down, then we need to mind our business. Right. We need to mind our FBA business. Yo, I got a question. I watched a video from what is F&F? And they claimed in CO Tricks paid $16 for box. Is that cap? What is F&F? I don't know what F&F means. Fast and Furious? What is that? He made a tweet earlier this week to defend himself, saying that the videos were AI generated. No, those weren't AI generated. You ain't that important to where 400 videos of you AI generated. You ain't that important. Hey, you know what? Why don't we pick a random person from the Senate, from our nation's Congress, right? And make 400 AI videos of them getting bent over, plowed, fucking outside, in the pantry. You know, a man stuffing this woman's head in the oven while it's on 250 degrees and he hitting it from the bike. Like, he's stuffing her head in the dishwasher while it's turned on and he hitting it from the back. Why don't we waste our precious time to just pick somebody random in the Senate to just make 400 AI videos of, right? No, that don't make no sense. I saw it going viral on Twitter and some of the girls were even smiling too. Of course they were. Right? And I don't know if it's 400 women or 400 videos. It is 400 videos, but I don't think it's 400 different women. I think it's, some women he probably made multiple videos of. I've only seen screenshots. I ain't even seen the videos. He slammed more opponents than DJ Kid. Ooh. Y'all don't know DJ Kid was that white dude from South Carolina who pretty much ran through all the black women in the town. This dude right here, and he was like HIV positive, wasn't he? Hold on. He was HIV positive. And then he was challenging black men on the internet to see who could eat coochie the best, him or black men, right? It was thousands of women, black women he slept with, and he was HIV positive. But, brothers, when they step out, with a white girlfriend, black women will drag you in the dirt, right? Even while you in your grave, like Kobe Bryant. Remember what black women said on social media when Kobe Bryant unfortunately passed away? Not all of them, but a lot of them, because he was married to a non-black woman, what they said, but they don't say nothing about all the women that messed around with him. How many? See, they not even keeping it real in this article right here. But this is him, this DJ Kid. I remember he ran through thousands of women, black women, in a small town in South Carolina. Right? Nah, I think DJ Kid outdid him because DJ Kid, it was in the thousands. You talking about 400 videos, probably some of them the same woman in different video. I'm trying to find how many victims. It was the older guy. He was in his mid 40s too. Sexual conduct with a minor. See, they're not disclosing the numbers anymore. I remember back then when that came out, it was in the thousands, but as usual, no accountability. Yes. Someone gonna claim great. Yep. I don't think that works in Africa. There's 3 African dudes I know doing this in North India right now. You can find their posts online, not bluffing. Doing what? Doing like recording. Are they recording themselves with African women or Indian women? Because that's a very, very slippery slope right there. One of the women even unalived herself after the video got leaked as well. Why? But at the same time, you know, being alive, committing adultery, infidelity in Africa, it you know, it's probably way worse than doing that. We know it's way worse than doing that out here in America. See, she got 6 kids by him, right? Let's say he wasn't making those videos, but she was caught getting dug out by some official, and he was faithful. If this were America, she would file for divorce, get the kids, to get child support and alimony. Still, if this were America, in Africa, such is not the case. I'm guessing them kids are cooked. Yep, they're just recording the sex. They're not getting them pregnant, but these dudes have assembly line at least 200 women. You know how big the population is there, and you would assume it's like I said, women who are living in poverty. But no, he was messing around with women who were, you know, that they were married to wealthy men, guys who were paying for everything, you know, on business trips, traveling, right? So this goes to show you, it's like the live stream I did yesterday. You had a woman, a Japanese woman, an Argentina woman who hasn't even been in Canada for 6 months. And already they're telling men such as myself that, oh, no, I'm here by myself. Are you sure you're here by yourself? You have no family over here. Or nah, I moved over here with my husband, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't make enough and he doesn't do anything. I got to do everything for him. And you see what I'm saying? The disrespect. So what does marriage mean? In today's time, when you get married and have kids, in a man's mind, it's like, okay, damn, we're doing the right thing. We're not even the right thing. We're doing the righteous thing. And women today, it's like, okay, damn, a woman will stay by your side if the chase is still there. If they're dealing with a man who's promising kids, who's promising marriage and never gives it to them, they'll stay by a man's side for 10, 15 years who's promising those things but never gives it to them. Soon as you give them that, it's like, okay, I guess the race is done. And they still looking for that thrill. And they still looking for the chase, right? Suits a Russian spy sleazeball for the $2 super chat donation. He says, I'm scared. Hey, man, nothing to, hey, as long as you don't get married, you ain't got to be scared. But hey, even if your girl is doing this, I feel you. Does this mean Africa is generally promiscuous or just this particular country? I have no idea. Never been to Africa. Africans would know better than me. Indian women. Yeah, they're playing a dangerous game if they're recording themselves messing around with Indian women. They're playing a very dangerous game. I remember there was some exchange students from Africa in India, and they made friends with other Indians. And there was one guy in particular, this group of young African males were friends with. The African males, they were just like cool with this one Indian guy, but the Indian guy, he was heavy into drugs, right? The Africans, they weren't. And I've told you guys before how when I meet somebody who is doing drugs, especially in a foreign country, I disassociate myself with them. But it's like a lot of melanoid people, they like to uplift the trash in other communities. And the trash in other communities, they like to go slumming and flock to people with melanin in their skin. So while the Indian male was hanging out with his Indian friends doing drugs, he ended up overdosing and losing his life. So the whole community found out where these African males were, and they beat the shit out of them in public, right? For those who've been around long enough, I did a story on that years ago. You guys can look this up. And you know, so that was drugs. Could you imagine if that gets out into the public about them, you know, getting their women to assume the position and goosing them from the bike, right? And it being recorded. No, I'm talking about 3 African dudes. They've at least hit 200. Yeah, you said it was recorded, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, hey, you never know. Somebody's with your woman, or if your woman is being faithful or not. All right. But in this situation, it's not even about the woman, it's about the man. The man was in the wrong. Now, I don't think that, you know, she should have done this, but I have a feeling like this wasn't even get back. I have a feeling this is just a get down. You know, I think while they were investigating this family, they found tapes of her, probably in his stash, and they just went on ahead and put that out there. So that's what they were both into. All right. They probably like to watch each other. You know, he might have been in the room watching. You know, he might have been busy, like, hey, you gonna mess with this dude, record it. I want to watch it. That's probably a turn on for the both of them. You don't really know what they're into. It's just the public is supposed to have negative things to say about them. That might be their get down in their marriage. And if that's their get down, who are we to get angry at? But it's having an effect on other people's lives who don't want that in their homes. That's the problem. You know, their fetish, either their or his fetish, has affected the lives of many people, right? The children, these other women's husbands. So you got women putting that pressure on you, talking about, hey, man, I need a man that's going to come with it. You know, that average money 50-50 ain't going to work for me. So you in the top 1% and your woman still goes over to a man named Baltasar's house or his office to get her cakes beat together, and recorded. All right. So, you know, I feel sorry for the victims. The victims are the husbands in this situation. All right. Who are we to blame? Are we to blame him? Yeah, it is his fault. But you don't get access to a woman's womb without her permission. So the women that are in these videotapes, they're at fault because they want to put most of the blame on him. No, it just tells you about women today, right? So this is why men see stuff like this and they say, nah, I'm not getting married. This is why men, you know, they'll see a woman and they think, okay, damn, she different. In any minor infraction, right? Any minor like half stepping that she does, like, damn, like I like her for this, is that, and that, but she don't want to do this. No, I ain't. You know, what used to be overlooked back in the day, it's not being overlooked today, right? Because you get locked in with your life with somebody like this, right? With the women in the videos, right? You get locked in with somebody like that, and especially out here in the West, they can get caught on a videotape and still take half your shit and your kids. So that's why a lot of men, they just say, hey, you know what? I'm not even doing the whole marriage thing. You got guys booking these flights out here. Suits a Russian spy for the $5 super chat donation. They're posting the videos publicly. No backlash so far. The women range from 18 to mothers and aunts even. It's bound to happen. It's gonna come. Pause. And even after they leave, there's gonna be an uproar, right? You doing this and recording it, man. Like in Turkey right now, do you know anybody that's African? They've gotten rid of all the Africans in Turkey. Turkey, you know, Africa, a lot of Africans, they used to be able to just go in Turkey and set up shop. Now after stuff like this and, you know, things getting out of hand in Turkey, they've deported all the Africans. And if you African, you better have paperwork. If you don't, they gonna check you. That's why a lot of Africans, you don't see them in public. There's still some Africans there, but they're inside the house. And if they piss a woman off, you know, all a woman got to do is go to the local authorities like, hey, I know this African who's telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing, and I'm not gonna follow his words. So he lives at this address over here. His paperwork ain't right. Deport him. Turkey's turning to that, so India's going to be the same thing too. Can't just be, you know, moving recklessly in some of these countries. I notice like a lot of so-called passport bros are being shitted on by what Africans and Caribbeans are doing overseas, right? You got to separate yourself, right? Africans going to India. Brothers, we ain't even going to India. I've never met a Black American who's ever went to India, who was ever had a desire to go to India, right? Not to say brothers in America have never been to India, no. But to go over there and do all this, that ain't us. And we get lumped into what they're doing. All right? So does anybody have anything they want to add to this? Because look, me personally, I think it's just they're getting down. That's just how they get down with each other, right? They just two freaks married to each other, right? I haven't heard anything about her filing for divorce. I think she's been known about that. Like, yeah, that's what we do. They just swingers. That's what it is, right? And I don't think it's 400 women. It don't sound like it's 400 women. Then he got pictures of him kissing these hoes in the mouth. You got video of him kissing these hoes in the mouth. Oh, old Chauncey Billups looking ass. Some of these women are hard to look at too. Come on, bro. There's 1 billion plus in Africa. The population is there for 400 easily. I don't know. I just feel like, hey, it might not be 400 women. It might just be, it could be 150 with 400 tapes, right? Come on, you mean to tell me that you just gonna record yourself hitting 400 women, right? You come across, who's fine today? Because I can't even call it. A lot of women that are fine, they just makeup heavy, botched built heavy, Brazilian butt heavy, weave heavy, makeup heavy. It's hard to say who's fine today, right? But you get one of them, right? You get you a real bona fide dime. You just gonna record her once. If you on that type of time, you just gonna record her once. You like, nah, I'm gonna take my time with this. This one right here, nah, I'm just not gonna call her over and hit it. Like this is a bad bitch. I'm gonna have different backgrounds. You know, I got her in the kitchen. I got videos of her in the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom, the closet, the balcony, right? I took up on top of the mountain in public settings. right? Behind this restaurant, in the dumpster, right? A rice plantation field. When you get that one, you're like, nah, I'm shit. Shit, nah, I'm recording a movie with her. So nah, I don't think it was 400 women. Now, could he, at what he was doing and how a lot of women felt about him, I'm pretty sure he has smashed 400 women. I'm not saying that, but that's not the point here. You know, and if that's not their get down, you know, I wish she would have taken the high road. But, you know, women are like, hey, nah, I can get petty now. I didn't know you was that petty. Shit, I've been waiting to show you how petty I am. That's what this was about. If that's not their get down, right? She been waiting. So, anyways, man, it's been real. You guys take care. Like, share this video. Leave your comments below. What do you think? Am I wrong? What am I right about? What am I wrong about? What is your opinion? All right. You guys have a good night. Peace.